first game will be right here on NBA TV at 8:30 Eastern. The newly named Western Conference Player of the Week, Luka Doncic, and the Dallas Mavericks will host the Clippers with the dynamic duo of Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Luka the Don will be tested by a multi-headed defensive monster. It's time for the warm-up. Let's go. I'm Stephanie Reddy. Welcome to the warm-up presented by Ford. We've got Sekou Smith in the building, senior analyst, also contributes on NBA.com, and Earl Watson, former coach of the Phoenix Suns. Glad you guys are here. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of talking tonight because only 2 games, as we discussed, a special 2-hour edition. So we're glad you guys are with us at home. First things first, Luka Doncic. He has had a good start, right? Sophomore season. Do you see a sophomore slump in the making at all?
No, I mean, listen, for what he's done through the first few weeks of this season, I mean, and we're barely a month in, it's remarkable to see the growth. I mean, as good a rookie season as he had, runaway winner really for Rookie of the Year. To come back and be in that next echelon already, where you mentioned with the top guys in the league in terms of the seasons they're having, is unbelievable. But I guess we shouldn't be surprised. This guy's been a pro since he was
his whole life.
Teenager. Yeah, basically since his teen years. So he's only fulfilling what I think a lot of people thought was the promise he had when he came to the league in the first place.
All right.
And then you think about his talent. You think about he's so far ahead of his game for his years of age. And the fact that he's propelled the Mavericks back into the race. They're one move away from trade deadline, from maybe competing late in the playoffs for a young kid to get that confidence. The only kid I can compare him to that had confidence that age, and we talked about this earlier, just popped in my mind, was Kobe.
Yeah.
When Kobe was in his early 20s, dominating, playing for something special. So that builds amazing resilience within the locker room. The belief and the hope is big in Dallas, and he has a great coach in Carlisle.
Unbelievable to think about how young he is. 20 years old. Unbelievable. Let's look at this, though. Here's the proof. It's in the pudding, right? Youngest players with 4 consecutive 30-point, 10-assist games. Luka Doncic had a streak of 4, and look at those names. Not bad company, right?
It's the best company, really, when you think about it. You're talking about Oscar Robertson, Michael Jordan. Those are the gold standards for young guards in this league. 2 guards, really. And I don't even know what position we would qualify Luka as being right now. He's kind of a hybrid, really, as a point guard and a shooting guard for the Mavericks.
Luka's a straight hooper. That's his position. It's hooper. Luka is out there doing things with legendary players that, even kids, even me, I've barely seen most of those guys play besides Jordan and obviously James. But you hear the stories, how they dominated, and the stories are so legendary. Hubie Brown, who coached me in Memphis, had Oscar Robertson in Milwaukee, and he would just talk about him, the big O. He was so amazing. So Luka's up there at an early age, and he's obviously going to change the game of basketball.
Well, Luka Doncic had a chance to catch up with one of our own legends here at NBA TV, Dennis Scott with Shooter's Paradise. Let's watch.
I know this guy right here. Luka the Don is what I call him. Luka, appreciate you spending a little time with me.
How are you?
So let's get right to it, shooting the basketball. When's the first time you fell in love with this ball right here?
I don't know. I don't know how old it was, but my parents always told me, I always wanted a basketball for a present. So I had a lot of basketballs, and I would say, since I was born, I always had a basketball in my hands.
And here you are now in your second year in the NBA, averaging a triple-double. How does that make you feel?
I mean, it's amazing. I never imagined, when I was a kid. I just imagined, I hoped I would be in the NBA. That's all I dream about, and here I am, just enjoying every day of my life, playing basketball in the best league in the world, and just enjoy it.
They say you're not that fast, you can't speed you up, not that slow. What's that all about? Because you can get anywhere on the floor when you want to.
Yeah, I mean, just say I just play at my own pace, I use the pick and roll, read the defense, see what the defense is going to do, and that's the most important thing for me.
2-point game.
There's your mismatch right here.
Now it's Luka. Deep 3 over 4. Luka magic.
Late game situation, late shot clock. We all have a go-to move. The Luka step back. Take me through with the step back.
Yeah, I mean, I just, it's movement. Normal shot, I don't bend my knees that much, I just forget. But on the step back, I got to my rhythm when I do. It's balance, He's the best shot. He's the best shot for me.
Is there one player when you were growing up you kind of looked at and said, I like his game, I want to model my game after him?
Yeah, LeBron.
LeBron, all day. Sharing, rebounding.
Everything, yeah. He can do everything.
Oh, man, Luka the Don, appreciate you. Shooter's Paradise, the best.
Maximum Overdrive. These are a look at the numbers for Luka Doncic and his stats on drives comparing last season to this season. The numbers are incredible. Not just the number of drives at the top, but check out the field goal percentage from nearly 50, which is still good, but to almost 68%, guys. I mean, the assists have gone up. He is an offensive juggernaut. All right, so Earl, I know you got something you worked on.
Yeah, when we were talking about Luka, my friend said Luka plays like Will Jackson said. Luka plays like he's wearing Stacey Adams. He just floats. So right here, you have Luka come up the court. There's no defense. They wait to pick him up. He attacks the rim. You cannot help from the weak side because you have shooters on the wing in the corner. Luka sees the lane. He drives. Too small. He's 6'8". He's strong. He uses his shoulders. That's an and one. Once again, no one picks him up. You have to speed him up. He's playing at his own pace, and Stacey Adams attacks LaMarcus, put his shoulders and his hip into him, get an angle on the basket, good shot. Corners are filled. You got to stay with Porzingis. AD jumps out. The lane opens. Luka sees it. You have shooters on the wing in the corner. You can't leave. Stop it. You can't leave the corner. If you do, he's going to make you pay. Shooters in the corner. Analytics, rim, free throw corner. That's 1, 2, and 3. He takes advantage. To rebound the ball and push the ball up the court is a coach's dream. You don't have time to move at .5 basketball. He sees the space he needs to get to make the defense activate and take advantage. He gets into that space. Once again, wing and corner field. He hits you with the corner pass. He makes you pay when you help from the corner. He is dynamic. Here we go right here. Pause it. Coach Carlisle's a sixth man on the court. He's calling out the play like a point guard. They come up, he gets the switch that he wants. Looks behind him, you know he can't help. He has to get back. Spurs call this guard the yard, give up the shot, contest late, but the step back is automatic. So Luka is very special, and he's so young, and how he comes into this league playing at his pace. You have to speed him up. Hubie Brown would say you have to go get in his face, you have to get him. You cannot let him walk the ball up the court because we know he's not fast, he's only quick. He's getting into pick and rolls with 19 seconds on the shot clock. That's a lot of time for a 6'8" hooper / baller to take advantage of the defense, to score, and to manipulate pick and rolls.
So what's the difference between being fast and being quick? Because we talk about that a lot, but the viewer at home may be sitting here perplexed. What do you mean by that?
Tony Parker's fast. He was fast with the ball. A vertical player, north-south, as we say, rim to rim. Another guy was Allen Iverson. Hubie Brown would tell me to pick him up full court. I'm like, are you crazy? Get him full court and sit down. I pick him up full court. I know it's been a track meet all night. When you talk about quick, you talk about Darren Williams. He was quick. He was shifty. The step back similar to Luka. Big guard, but Luka's a bigger guard. He was very similar in the way he scored and attacked the basket. And when you have both of them together, you had this guy that I played with at UCLA when you have fast and quick and athletic by the name of Baron Davis. He was extremely amazing at be able to compare and play in all three aspects.
Yeah, I think it also has to do with the fact that certain guys are fast without the ball, can run the floor and move. You think about a Ray Allen or somebody like that who just ran people all over the floor, but when you can do it with the ball in your hands and really play underneath you, the whole floor is underneath it when he's coming up the court. If nobody's going to come up and pressure the ball at all, you're just at his mercy the entire time. The games you've watched him play where he's had to work a little bit harder have been when somebody's really gotten in his shirt and tried to guard him before he gets across the half-court line. Once he gets there, and Rick Carlisle loves to call sets. Everybody knows he's calling sets all the time. But he's letting Luka freelance in ways that we haven't seen Rick Carlisle turn his point guard loose in quite some time.
Here's something interesting on that impression in basketball. When I was in Memphis, we had a lot of rules. Hubie Brown was the coach. Jerry West was the GM. One rule with Hubie was point guards had to turn whoever brought the ball up the court twice in the backcourt. He would say the shot clock would be down, Jack. And that means it was less rotations on the weak side. It allowed our defense to make statements where we can stop certain sets to stop them from getting deep into their options.
I love that. So many nuggets here on the warm-up. They've got somebody else, though, in Dallas who's a pretty good player himself, goes by the name The Unicorn, Kristaps Porzingis. How do you think that these two will end up meshing in the end?
I think it'll be great. And we've only seen a small sampling of what Kristaps Porzingis can do. He's clearly in recovery mode still from missing all of last season the way he did and trying to get back healthy. Explosive, and then the size. You talk about a guy with that kind of size. If he's in one of those corners or somewhere stretching that floor out and allowing Luka to create, not only him, but I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is another one. When you have those kinds of players, guys with size who can step back beyond that three-point line and shoot, it only makes Luka more dangerous. But Porzingis is going to be a double threat because once he gets back healthy physically again, before he got hurt, you remember he was running the floor, blocking shots, playing on both ends. When he's playing both ends the way he was pre-injury, that's when Dallas, to me, becomes even more dangerous.
A skilled X-factor guy. He just explained it all. And think about this as an opponent when you're guarding the pick and roll, defending the pick and roll. I'm facing a guy 6'8". The other guy that's setting the rim in Porzingis, Luka's 6'8". The other guy, Porzingis, is 7 foot plus. He looked like, to me, he's still growing. He looks taller than ever. And then coming down the lane, 2-on-1 basketball, because pick and roll is going to give you 2-on-1 basketball down the lane. Defensive rules, you cannot help off the weak side, otherwise corner three make you pay. Now, here I am, 6'10", 7'1", I have a guy 6'8", have a guy 7 foot plus. Pick your poison, you're going to pay. And if he picks and pops, now here I am, 6'10" plus, 7'1", guarding Luka, who is 6'8", strong, quick,
Shifty,
skilled, shifty. It's trouble. It's trouble. So they are dynamic. They're one player away.
Cannot wait. This season has so much in store for us as we move along. And you talk about shiftiness. Lots of players in the NBA have their signature moves. Our own Steve Smith has his